Hi everyone, I'm Jo from It's About Us, and welcome to our Snapshot series. This is session 3 in association with Pink Hope. Today we're going to talk about getting started. So we've given you a bit of an introduction regarding what this program and this tool is all about. And then we went through the technical side. So if you missed session 2, go back and have a look. It teaches you all about the technology, shows you how simple and easy it is to use the program. And now today we're going to talk about actually getting started. So you're thinking about writing a book, you now know how to use the technology. The next part is sitting down and actually starting the writing, starting the creativity, starting that process of downloading and processing things you might want to share and document into your story. So here we go. The first thing you have to do is really gather your thoughts. And what we don't want to happen is to be sitting in front of a computer or a piece of paper or a journal or diary, wherever you're writing something, and it's once upon a time, someone did a thing, the end. Basically, you're drawing a blank. You can't get stimulated. It might be too difficult. It might be too cumbersome. It might be too overwhelming. You might have too much material. Whatever the situation might be, it's all about trying to give you tips and strategies today to get that writing and creativity going. So we've got a few things that we go through in the workshops. Just remember, these are just little tasters, little sound bites to give you an idea of what we cover in the workshop. And they do run for 2 hours, so trying to condense it into 10 minutes is almost a speedy version, but we just want to try and show you some of the things that we talk about. The first thing we do talk about is our thought starters. So our book is template driven, and we have a whole range of thought starters that you can actually refer to. They form the basis of the book. So each individual page will have things that you might want to talk about, and we give it to you in a Word document. So you can think about them on paper and maybe use those as a strategy and a structure to what you could put in your book. Now, we cover all sorts of things. We cover things about I guess the disease and the medical side of things. So you may want to talk about your surgery or your diagnosis or your treatment or the changes. Then we go into a little bit about your personal life. So you may want to talk about your family, your childhood, a partner, if you have children or siblings, those kind of things that might be important to you that you want to document. Then we go into things that are a little bit more reflective, a little bit about your thoughts, your ideas, your values. We have beliefs and values, we have milestones, we have key moments and things that might happen in your life. And then we talk about sort of more reflective things. So we talk about what you may wish to write about, things you've learnt, who was there for you along the way, what changed, what stayed the same. You can also do a page of thanks, just people who supported you, who were there for you, whether family, friends, doctors, nurses, people you work with. It can be a myriad of things. So the thought starters are a really good place to start. We give you that, we go through them in the actual workshop, and we start collating and structuring a little bit around what you could write about and how it's all going to come together. Another strategy that we go through is photo stimulus, and I love this one. Most people are very visual, and when you see a photo, it brings back memories, it brings back moments, it brings back emotions, and there's a lot that you can talk about. So one of the techniques that we recommend is that you just grab some photos, grab 10 photos from any stage or any travel or any period in your life that's meaningful, something you can resonate and think about and actually sort of start writing about, because you look at that photo and it gives you ideas and it gives you memories and it gives you actual content that you can put down. This is one of my favorite photos, showing my age here because that's my mum and dad, and that's me when I was about 1 year old. So we're talking about the early 70s. My mum is rocking the pixie haircut, and the pearls and the skivvies and everything, as you know, just comes back into fashion. But I love that photo because for me, family is everything. It's so important. And the sacrifices that my parents have made for me and how they've built up my self esteem, the opportunities they've given me, that is something that I would like to talk about. And that has actually molded and made me the person I am today. We also do a bit of work on quotations. It's one of my favorite quotes. It's from a movie and it says, when given the choice between being right and being kind, choose kind. And for me, if I put a quote like that on a page, there's so much that it brings up. There's a lot of meaning there for me. It is a way that I try and encourage my children to live their life. And it is something that I would really want to put down as one of my key values and something that I strongly believe in. So, quotes are a really, really nice way to get those thoughts and things across on paper. We also talk about your values and your beliefs because if it's something that's true to you, it's something you can talk about easily because you don't have to think about it. It's who you are, it's your DNA, it's what you're made of. So for me personally, it's all about honesty, kindness, and family. And those are things I would talk about. Talk about what's important to you. Talk about whether you're an activist, whether you have political views, whether you're into saving the planet, whether you just love creativity, whatever is meaningful to you is easy to talk about. What do you stand for? What do you believe? Why do you believe that? What do you love? Talk about what you love doing, whether it's cooking or whether it's drawing or whether it's exercising or whether it's travel. And those kind of things will really make up some good content about your book. We also talk through memories and milestones because those are really easy, pertinent, meaningful moments that you would want to capture and talk about. Another thing that we delve into in the workshops is writing a letter, and that has quite a few different ways that we actually look at it and work with it. One of the examples that we show is you may want to write a letter entitled Dear Cancer, and if you were writing a letter to Dear Cancer, what would you say? How has this changed your life? Are you angry? Are you sad? Are you grateful? Are you disappointed? Are you all of those things? Because it has had a big impact and it has a lot of, I guess, implications for where you are now. So that's something that we go through and we show some examples. We also recommend if you're stuck and you're needing stimulation, maybe write a letter to your younger self. What would you say to your younger self now? Now that you've had life experience, now that you've been through things that have really shaped and molded you? Write a letter to a family member. In our book template, we actually have a page where we do say this is something where you could actually write to someone, and it could be a child, a partner, a parent, a support person, a carer, a doctor. It doesn't matter. Whoever's touched you, whoever has made an impact in your life, and you'd like to share that with them or with anyone else, or just for your own purposes, just to get it out there, that's a really good place to start. We also recommend that you ask other people to contribute to your book. So we've had children contribute letters and they've been put in the book. We've had partners put in letters, and very often the things they say, you may know very well that they feel it, but it's so important that it's actually said. And those are really nice components of your book, and they really do try and trigger things that you may wish to write about. The other thing we do say in the workshop is if none of these techniques, and there are a myriad of them, I can't obviously go through them all on the snapshot today. Um, if some of those techniques are not working for you, we recommend you stop. Exercise is a great way to actually reset, clear the mind, get some good endorphins going. Go for a walk, go for a run. If you like that, go and do a dance class, do some yoga, but just take some time out. Don't make this a task that gets you upset or emotional, and it can bring up some things that you may not have dealt with or you may be dealing with at the time. It should be something that you feel is important and something that you want to do. So you need to pick the times that are right for you. So if it's not working, we do recommend maybe just put your paper down, close your computer, take some time out, and come back to it when you feel like it's the right moment for you. The other side of the coin that we talk about is what if you have too much information? So we do have a lot of avid bloggers, and we do have people who've been journaling or writing down what they've been going through whilst they've experienced cancer and the journey that it takes you on. And you may decide, wow, I have so much content, I have so much writing. I want to pop this into something that's meaningful and something I can refer to and something that's tangible that I can have for a long time. And you take all your existing writing, and very often you just have too much information. And that, on the other hand, is also so overwhelming because it can be a barrier to procrastination, and it could also be some of the reasons why you don't actually get it started and get it done. So, the other side of the workshop, which we name Workshop 3 Getting Started, talks about really how to take information, whether there's too much, and just prioritize it, just sift through, go through different themes that you can identify, different ideas, take common threads, deduplicate some of those ideas. We go through like a sieving process where you name your top five, and then you go back and then you add another top five, and just really kind of sieve through what the key ideas are, the key themes that you want to communicate and put into your book. And that's really all for today. So hopefully that's given you a little bit of a snapshot of what the third session is all about. And we look forward to seeing you again.